Hey look, more random Master Duel content. The whole reason I'm recording a video now is I just had an absolutely insane duel, and I just wanted to put it on YouTube. I don't know when you're going to see this. It'll probably be when I'm behind on videos, so it might not be for a while. But yeah. This was a duel where I felt betrayal. It's a mirror match. I am playing a Despia deck, and my opponent is also playing a Despia deck. It was a really fun duel as well. There's a lot of big brain moments and a very, very lucky draw, as you'll see when we get into it. So I have a pretty mediocre opening hand. I have 2 branded opening, but that will actually end up helping me out a little bit in this duel, and you'll see why. Like, there's a lot of really big brain stuff that happens here, and some really dumb shit that happens here, but hey. So my opponent goes into regular Despia stuff, Alba into Q, into Ad Dramatage, set 1, pass. Okay, we come to me. Draw. That's a really good top deck. That actually helps us out here a lot. This is probably the single draw that decides this duel, and you'll see why, because if we didn't draw this, we wouldn't have thinned out our deck. And if we hadn't thinned out our deck, we might not have gotten the cards we needed when we needed them. Well, I say card singular on turn 4, which is when this duel ends, because oh boy, is there some crazy shit you're about to see. Please stick around to the end, it really helps me out. If you like this content, I'm sorry because it doesn't come up very often, but if you like anime content and stuff, that's what you'll get here. If that takes your fancy, maybe check out some of my other videos and decide if you want to stick around for a while or not. But yeah, here we go. I go into Masquerade and pull out Dramaturge using its effect. And with Edge Imp, I add a Frightfur Patchwork. So that is, how many cards have I thinned out of my deck? 4 cards that one Frightfur Patchwork, well 3 not including itself, that has taken out my deck. Now, here's where the first big brain play comes in. We cross out Designator, okay? We cross out Designator to, because I've already used the field spell, we cross out Designator to send the field spell from the deck to the grave, and then use the branded red I had in my opening hand to fusion into my own Q. As you'll see here. Quiritus, I don't know how to say it, but Q. Then I Dramaturge, I mean, because he knows it's going to get negated, he uses his Q's effect. I just, for the jokes, respond with my own Q, because why not? And, you know, the 2 non-fusions have their attacks set to 0. Right. Oh no, how sad. And then we get to battle. I crash Q's, so neither of us have one. Then, using Masquerade's effect, he negates my Masquerade, but it doesn't matter because no more effects proc. Destroy the Alba with Masquerade to get as much off his field as I can. In reality, I should have dealt damage to him by attacking into the other one. I didn't think about that. I was hoping maybe I could crash the 2 0 attack monsters into each other, but unfortunately that isn't how that works, and I'm dumb. Now, he summons Ecclesia, and I use Branded Opening. He summons an Incredible Ecclesia to pull out a Fallen Valbaz, which you'll see he'll use to fuse Titanic Clad using my Masquerade. But with this Branded Opening, actually helps us win. I do a dumb thing here and discard the Polymerization when I should have discarded this, because this is dead now. Drawing that Polymerization means this is dead, because I don't actually have 3 copies of Polymerization in my deck. I only have the 1. I only have 2 even, so this is a dead card now, because I can't use it unless you have both the cards listed on it. He brings out his own Masquerade. I've negated Titanic Lad, which will actually matter. While this was happening, thought I was a misplay, and this is where I was betrayed. I know I'm talking about a lot of shit really quickly, but this is where I felt betrayed. He goes into Predaplan, right? And here I'm like, oh, is he going to Super Poly? Just wait. He's not playing Despia. He's not playing pure Despia, albeit technically neither am I, with Draglu Beyond in the extra deck, but shut up. He goes into DPE. We haven't met a slave, boys. I don't run DPE in this deck. I could, but I don't. He pops my field spell and his DPE. Battle phase, he crashes into this. Main phase 2, turn ends, right? Ecclesia adds itself back to his hand. And then DPE is resummoned at the start of my turn. After I draw. And the draw, Super Poly. This single draw decided the duel. And I do actually misplay here, but I still would have been able to win the duel afterward anyway. It didn't really matter. But this was the luckiest draw of the duel. Had I not drawn one of the 2 Super Polys in the deck, we lose. Oh my god, was that So lucky. But anyway, he summons his DPE back with its effect, and I immediately Super Poly on its effect. Takes 600 damage, I do not care. Send the Fright Fur. Using the Predaplant Verti Anaconda and DPE, I summon Greedy Venom Fusion Dragon. Masquerade procs, so I can negate his Masquerade. Now what I should have done here is in response to his Alba summon Masquerade, I should have just not activated and saved myself taking 600 damage, but it doesn't matter. And then summon Masquerade. Now the slight misplay here was I should have just used the 2 fusion monsters to go into regular Starving Venom. Because at that point, or actually I should have gone into, where is it? This, because I could have used his entire field, and then there would have been nothing he could do, except summon this Alba and then trigger the field spell. But, hey, small misplay. It didn't really matter, because I had the ability to go into Drag Lumion Numeron to attack into this to win. So, at the end of the day, none of it matters, and then he scoops, because we have a game-winning state on board. And yeah, that was a duel and a half. Like, that was a crazy duel, and it was a lot of fun. Like, it was a lot of highs and lows. It was like a fucking roller coaster, that duel was. Like, holy shit, man. But yeah, I said it earlier, but don't expect this content very often. But if it's what you're after, maybe you can subscribe and watch it every once in a blue moon. Or you could check out my other stuff if, for whatever reason, you enjoyed my commentary here. It sounds quite nasally because I've somehow managed to catch a fucking cold. But anyway, yeah, I've been Animosity, you've been you. I'll just go next time for the video. Ta-ta, for now. Fuck me, I stumbled that, didn't I?